higher. To work. But we now have a new variant of the virus. And since the pandemic began last year, the whole United Kingdom has been engaged in a great national effort to fight COVID. And there's no doubt that in fighting the old variant of the virus, our collective efforts were working and would have continued to work. But we now have a new variant of the virus, and it's been both frustrating and alarming to see the speed with which the new variant is spreading. Our scientists have confirmed this new variant is between 50 and 70% more transmissible. That means you're much, much more likely to catch the virus and to pass it on. As I speak to you tonight, our hospitals are under more pressure from COVID than at any time since the start of the pandemic. In England alone, the number of COVID patients in hospitals has increased by nearly a third in the last week to almost 27,000. And that number is 40% higher than the first peak in April. On the 29th of December, more than 80,000 people tested positive for COVID across the UK, a new record. The number of deaths is up by 20% over the last week and will sadly rise further. And my thoughts are with all those who've lost loved ones. With most of the country already under extreme measures, it's clear that we need to do more together to bring this new variant under control while our vaccines are rolled out. In England, we must therefore go into a national lockdown which is tough enough to contain this variant. That means the government is once again instructing you to stay at home. You may only leave home for limited reasons permitted in law, such as to shop for essentials, to work if you absolutely cannot work from home, to exercise, to seek medical assistance, such as getting a COVID test, or to escape domestic abuse. The full details of what you can and can't do will be available at gov.uk/coronavirus. If you are clinically extremely vulnerable, we're advising you to begin shielding again, and you will shortly receive a letter about what this means for you. And because we now have to do everything we possibly can to stop the spread of the disease, primary schools, secondary schools, and colleges across England must move to remote provision from tomorrow, except for vulnerable children and the children of key workers. Everyone will still be able to access early years settings such as nurseries. We recognise that this will mean it's not possible or fair for all exams to go ahead this summer as normal. The Education Secretary will work with Ofqual to put in place alternative arrangements. We will provide extra support to ensure that pupils entitled to free school meals will continue to receive them while schools are closed, and we will distribute more devices to support remote education. I completely understand the inconvenience and distress this late change will cause millions of parents and pupils up and down the country. Parents whose children were in school today may reasonably ask why we did not take this decision sooner. And the answer is simply that we've been doing everything in our power to keep schools open because we know how important each day in education is to children's life chances. And I want to stress that the problem is not that schools are unsafe for children. Children are still very unlikely to be severely affected by even the new variant of COVID. The The problem is that schools may nonetheless act as vectors for transmission, causing the virus to spread between households. Today, the United Kingdom's chief medical officers have advised that the country should move to alert level 5, meaning that if action is not taken, NHS capacity may be overwhelmed within 21 days. Of course, there's one huge difference compared to last year. We're now rolling out the biggest vaccination program in our history. So far, we in the UK have vaccinated more people than in the rest of Europe combined. With the arrival today of the UK's own Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, the pace of vaccination is accelerating. I can share with you tonight the NHS's realistic expectations for the vaccination programme in the coming weeks. By the middle of February, if things go well, and with a fair wind in our sails, we expect to have offered the first vaccine dose to everyone in the 4 top priority groups identified by the Joint Committee on Vaccination and Immunisation. That means vaccinating all residents in a care home for older adults and their carers, everyone over the age of 70, all frontline health and social care workers, and everyone who is clinically extremely vulnerable. If we succeed in vaccinating all those groups, we will have removed huge numbers of people from the path of the virus. And of course, that will eventually enable us to lift many of the restrictions we have endured for so long. I must emphasize that even if we achieve this goal, there remains a time lag of 2 to 3 weeks from getting a jab to receiving immunity, and there will be a further time lag before the pressure on the NHS is lifted. So we should remain cautious about the timetable ahead. But if our understanding of the virus doesn't change dramatically once again, if the rollout of the vaccine program continues to be successful, if deaths start to fall as the vaccine takes effect, and critically, if everyone plays their part by following the rules, then I hope we can steadily move out of lockdown, reopening schools after the February half-term and starting cautiously to move regions down the tiers. I want to say to everyone right across the UK that I know how tough this is, and I know how frustrated you are, and I know that you've had more than enough of government guidance about defeating this virus. But now, more than ever, we must pull together. You should follow the new rules from now, and they will become law in the early hours of Wednesday morning. Parliament will meet largely remotely later that day. I know that the devolved administrations in Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland share my conviction that this is a pivotal moment and they're taking similar steps. The weeks ahead will be the hardest yet, but I really do believe that we're entering the last phase of the struggle, because with every jab that goes into our arms, we are tilting the odds against COVID and in favour of the British people. And thanks to the miracle of science, not only is the end in sight, but we know exactly how we will get there. But for now, I'm afraid you must once again stay at home, protect the NHS, and save lives. Thank you all very much.
All honor, praise, and glory be to the Heavenly Father in the name of His Son, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, Wahakadash Wakah. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at the great millstone who were well. Peace and blessings to the brothers teaching the truth. Well, the faithful elect, those slated to be saved from the destruction, appointed to America, foretold to come upon America and to all its wicked inhabitants in other parts of the globe, primarily America. those slated to be saved being the Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Men teaching the truth across the four corners of the earth. Men, women, and children have turned back as well to their heritage. And, you know, believe in his faith according to their works. So you see the damn devil, you know what I'm saying, doing what he do best. And that's, you know, winging it, you know. So real quick, this is going to be the 28th episode of I Will Stand Upon My Watch. We're just going to be covering U.K. Lockdown indicates U.S. Pretty much America is next. And then in the last part of it, we're going to go into the bank stealing funds. So I'm going to start a scripture real quick. This is Psalms 36. Bear with me, connection moving slow. Psalms 36 in the 3rd verse. It says, the words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He have left off to be wise and to do good. So everything these damn devils say is pretty much an indication of Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that. You know, Jeremiah 30:7. See how quick my internet moves. But yeah, so everything, because when you go into that word iniquity, it means trouble right there. Sometimes it means different things, but right in that particular verse, it's talking about trouble, iniquity. So I'm going to read it one more time. It says, the words of his mouth, Psalms 36:3, the words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He have left off to be wise and to do good. So we know Jacob's trouble is primarily scheduled to, you know, befall America. But this is coming from the UK. Once again, it says the words of his mouth are iniquity, man. When you go into the word iniquity, it's awan, and it literally means trouble. Now, this is Jeremiah 30:7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. But he shall be saved out of it, and he is those that the Lord deems as Israelites. You see what I'm saying? Not the them, which is the 1/3, the hopeful elect, the remnant, the house of David. You know what I'm saying? But pretty much those, we're still going to have to go through this because this the furnace is a part of the furnace of affliction. It's a part of the straits talked about in Wisdom of Solomon, the 7th chapter. That's the only way we're going to get the hell out of here is by going through this. We got to go through the narrow to, you know, into the wide. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. Let me go back real quick. This is, let me grab this real quick. This is, let's see, Psalm 64. And 3, it says, I'm going to start at 2. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. It says, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. And that's a bitter thing to know. Pretty much the people over you, they want you, you know, pretty much under a rock. They want our people eradicated, first and foremost, you know, the 1/3 and the 2/3, you know what I'm saying, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. It says that they may shoot as in secret at the perfect, because it's all, you know, towards us. That's why the devil keep talking about time, which we're going to, you know, get that too. It says, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. It says, but God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And that's us. You see what I'm saying? That's us, man. The Lord putting us on game. You know what I'm saying? We seeing what the hell is going on. So pretty much this dude, Boris, he's This dude, Boris, he has revealed the devil's plans. He has showed that this is an indication that America's about to go lockdown next, man. And then, yeah, it sound good, but once again, this is all a test run. You see what I'm saying? For their new world order. You know? See how far they could take this thing. How much people will really let them do. You know what I'm saying? That's all this is, man. It ain't about nothing else. You know? So real quick, let me go back one more time. This is Job 15. Let's go here. Job in the 15th chapter. And Salakia. Yeah, we just gonna jump down to the point. This is Job 15 and 35. They conceive mischief. You see, they conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceit. Because really, this is all it's a test run, man, to see if they gonna get people to take this damn this chip. If they gonna get if they're gonna be able to round people up. Really, they trying to pretty much, and they got Satan working with them. These so-called white men. You see what I'm saying? That has these elites that have put, governors and so-called, little lower level, you know what I'm saying, administrators of their will. You see what I'm saying, to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? To, like I said, just bring forth their will. But pretty much, man, it's like I said, this is nothing more than a damn, a test run. That's all this is, man. But let me go ahead and get that word. They conceive mischief. Let's go into that word mischief real quick. When you get the word mischief, you get trouble. You see what I'm saying? So you got trouble again. You see? And which is Jacob's trouble? What is Jacob's trouble, man? It's a compilation of all type of stuff. They just released that goddamn Jacob Blake hit the prosecutors gonna pretty much the dudes that the policemen that shot him, they're gonna be held not guilty, man. Which take me right here. Pull this up, turn around. So, Salakia. Let me go here real quick. This is Zechariah 11 and 5. This damn computer. Let me just go on here. This is Zechariah 11, and we're going to start at verse 5. It says, whose possessors slay them. Matter of fact, we start at 4. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, my God, my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. So that's that, man. That's exactly what just happened with the Jacob Blake thing, man. You see what I'm saying? Except he wasn't put to death. But it says, but he went on to be pretty much not given any justice for what happened to him. He was shot in the back 7 times, man. And that was judgment from the Father, But still, it says, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. So these possessors, so-called white man, they're showing you we still in slavery. According to the book of Baruch as well, because we paying taxes and all this other stuff. But when the oppressors, you see what I'm saying, do something to us, man, they hold themselves not guilty. Now, why is that? Because what's a part of Jacob's trouble? Uproars of the people. You see what I'm saying? Uproars of the people, man. You know, so you got the lockdown coming, which clearly was just indicated by the UK having their lockdown. How do we know that? Because they just released that the reason why pretty much the strain is why they have to, you know, move to this extreme, which is a lockdown there. But the strain has already kicked off over here. They found it in Colorado. They found it in California. And I think they found it in New York, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So it's only a matter of time. And we know that's what the devil keep talking about, man. You see what I'm saying? This is Revelation 12:12. It says, and the woman fled into the wilderness where she had a place prepared of God. Salakia. Therefore rejoice, it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So that's the rest of these jakes. Because when you jump into the 11th verse, it's telling you that, you know, pretty much we're the heavens. You see what I'm saying? Which is why I tell us in Colossians 1 and matter of fact, Colossians 3. Wow, this not working. You know? But that's that, man. And then I'm gonna go into this. I'm gonna hit this little point. We're gonna go ahead, keep this thing moving forward. This is Colossians 3 and the first verse. It says, if ye then be risen with Hamashiach, seek those things which are above. You see, where Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of God. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. See that? So what is above, man? The heavens. I believe that's in Job the 30. See, that might be in Job 33 or Job 38. See if they give it to me. Knowledge from afar. But I'll just, you know, quote it for now. But pretty much Elihu, yeah, Job 36 and 3. It says, I will fetch my knowledge from afar. What's afar? The heavens, man. Above, man. You see? And will ascribe my righteousness to my maker. See that? So there you go, man. So that the heavens is talking about us, man. So woe to the inhabitants of the earth. These people that's caught up down here, man. You see what I'm saying? But we down here too. We amongst them. So that's why it's important to know. But it's important to know that, you know, the devil is really trying to come down and get the nation of Israel, man. You see, and he going to get anybody that's caught up, you see what I'm saying, in the mix. So that's why we got to keep watching. Because the Lord, he said he comes as a thief in the night. And really, what's the spirit of Yahushua? Prophecy. So Yahushua, that's you seeing Yahushua when prophecy kick off. So a prophecy might come out of nowhere. That's the spirit of Yahushua. That's how he moving, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Joe Biden, he gonna be in office, you see what I'm saying, on the 20th. And he already done pronounced that's when the dark winter is coming. But that's all this stuff gonna probably kick off when he get in office, man. You see what I'm saying? So you got uproars of the people being brewed up because they just released that they have acquitted the shooters of Jacob Blake. You see what I'm saying? Which is spiritual right there. The day of, or pretty much in the same time period, and the year just began. Their year on their time. See, because the devil, he got his own appointed time. So his 2021 has just started off, and for all his inhabitants, you know, completely bad. All his partakers completely bad. Why? Because he's finna bring that will of the Father to fruition, man. This shit finna get crazy, man. So you probably gonna have, in the midst of the lockdown being implemented, you're gonna have uproars. Stuff gonna get bad out here, man. You see? But they set all this up because you see right here in the article, It says, this the Los Angeles Times. This came out like a week ago, if I'm not mistaken. It came out on the 1st, 2021. Coughing, sneezing, vomiting. Visibly ill people aren't being kept off planes because they're going to use pretty much, this is how they're going to keep, forwarding the narrative, man, that this stuff is really happening. But they are putting diseases out here, because I got another article in which, I'll do another watch on that. Goddamn Russia, they done put some crap out here. Word got out on Putin, because he a devil too. So it says, before boarding a flight from Orlando to Los Angeles, Isaias, see that, Hernandez, see that, filled out a health checklist provided by United Airlines, asserting that he had not been diagnosed with COVID-19 and had not shown any of the disease's symptoms in the previous 2 weeks. But during the flight, the 69-year-old Angelino, man, it says collapsed, or Angelino. It's still the same stuff, man. It says 3 passengers gave him CPR for nearly an hour in the aisle of the plane, and the flight was diverted to Louisiana. It says where Hernandez was pronounced dead. The coroner's reported listed the cause as a acute respiratory failure. The COVID-19, you know what I'm saying? The C-19, man. And that's pretty much it, man. So they talking about people dying on flights. But look, they just told themselves. Coughing, sneezing, vomiting. Visibly ill people aren't being kept off planes. But they just said in the article he wasn't visibly ill. So what is this? So the Lord, it's just, people don't have no clue what they're doing. You see this Jake? Traveler takes, it says, and Avianca employee at Los Angeles International Airport takes traveler Eva, see that, Eva Zapata's temperature before a flight in November. So they just they're going to really make our people think they got it, because they trying to shoot at the perfect, meaning the complete, which is Jacob, you know what I'm saying, in secret, Yeah, man. Yep, and I fell at his feet to worship him. Yeah, that's it. This is Revelation 19:10. It says, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship God. You see what I'm saying? The Most High, Yahushua. For the testimony of Yahushua, meaning the witness, the proof. You see what I'm saying? The establishment that is true, which Yahushua said out his own mouth. He said it's saying your own law that that the words of 2 witnesses are true. You see what I'm saying? It says, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. So when prophecies kick off, that's Yahushua, man. That's what it's telling you. And Yahushua does what? He comes as a thief, man. You see what I'm saying? So we got to be locked in like this. Because like I said, Jacob's trouble is not going to be, this is what I was sitting meditating on. You're not going to be able to report on Jacob's trouble, man. You can't be like, we're in Jacob's trouble. This is this part. Nah, it ain't going to be 1, 2, 3. It's going to be like 3, 5. It's going to be like, 9, adding up. You see what I'm saying? It ain't going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got 3 now. Now it's going to be 3, 7. That's 10. You see what I'm saying? Plus 15. That's how it's going to be. You ain't going to be able to keep up with nothing. You know what I'm saying? So just as quick as they done said the U.K. is locked down, simply indicating goddamn USA is next. The same day they talking about, why would you put that out? All hell, that's Jacob's trouble. Because they preparing that mischief, man. They preparing that damn mischief. They preparing that iniquity, man. That's what they're doing. You know, once again, Job 15:35. It says they conceive mischief. And we go into that word conceive. It says become pregnant, bear, be with child. Oh man, that go right here. That's First Thessalonians in the fifth chapter. First Thessalonians 5 and let's go here. First Thessalonians 5 and man, we're going to start at 1. It says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. What's the day of the Lord? What's going to bring the day of the Lord? The prophecies. You see what I'm saying? What's the day of the Lord? Who's set to return? Yahweh Shah. You see what I'm saying? What's proof of Yahweh Shah? Prophecy. You see? That's what that scripture is talking about. So if they in the same exact spirit as Yahweh Shah, they're going to come unexpected. That's the whole point. That's how people get caught out here. That's how judgment get niggas, man. You see what I'm saying? It says, but of the times, why this is written, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly, meaning completely, that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. But that's what the devil trying to catch. Pretty much he's trying to hit a speed to where he's gonna be used to only bring forth the day of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? That's why he's trying to move so quick. You see? That's how you know the Lord using him. That's exactly how you know. Because if he's trying to move quick, you can't keep up. You see what I'm saying? If a nigga running fast, it's like shit. You know, you can't keep up with Usain Bolt, man. You see that? And he that's why he got Operation Warp Speed. Boys not even over in America. He's not even so-called American. He talking about speed. That's showing you these people working hand in hand. And another way that we know that this is indicating that America's right, immediately next damn near, is because Europe actually runs America. You see what I'm saying? Because that's where a lot of the elite bankers at. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and go back to the point. So if he moving fast, he going to catch people. People ain't going to be able to keep up, catch people off guard. You see what I'm saying? So that's why this is written, and that's what this is what the scripture's saying they trying to do. You see what I'm saying? They conceive in mischief, and that mischief is trouble. But when you conceive, it says the word for conceive is hawa, slaki, hara. It says to conceive, become pregnant, bear, be with child, be conceived. You see what I'm saying? Now listen to this, and all that is based around time. Conceiving, all that, child, being with child, that's time. What is that child? It says that's Jacob's trouble. You see what I'm saying? Which consists of Yahweh Shah, man. You say this is First Thessalonians 5 and 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Thus showing you they know Yahweh Shah coming back, which is why they moving quick. It says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night, and they know they're coming out of power. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety. You see what I'm saying? The IUICs, the ISUPKs, these other goofy camps out here or whatever, congregations, Israelites. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, and including these heathens out here, these natural heathens, it says, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. You see what I'm saying? Because they not watching, man. They don't know what's going on, man. You cannot box Jacob's trouble. We're not gonna be able to do it. It's impossible. We're not gonna be able to do it, man. You know what I'm saying? You think it's about a lockdown, and here this devil come acquitting the shooters of Jacob Blake, which started a whole damn riot, man. And what is that? That's prophecy. That's the uproars of the people. You see what I'm saying? So you can't box it, man. And they putting all this together, man. The Lord has put in their hearts to fulfill his will. Revelation the 17th chapter. It says, but brethren, First Thessalonians 5:4. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness. Lock it. Verse 3. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child. What woman? That's America. What's the child? All these damn prophecies. Really Jacob's trouble. Because Jacob's trouble is the one prophecy that consists of all the other ones, man. You see what I'm saying? It's not World War III a part of Jacob's trouble. It's not the RFID chip a part of Jacob's trouble. It's not famine, pestilence, and the sword a part of Jacob's trouble. You see? It's not Yahweh Shai a part of Jacob's trouble. You see what I'm saying? So that's that, man. So this is verse 6. It says, therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. You see, so because the Lord gonna come and catch niggas naked, man, and that's just gonna be it. You know, but first and foremost, all this destruction. All right, now, so that's pretty much it on this. All this up, man. That's how they gonna further the narrative and get people caught off guard. You see, and then people don't, read nothing, but they clearly targeting our people. You know what I'm saying? And then there you go. It says where they were arrested on suspicion of reckless endangerment. A couple in Hawaii. See that? And then that's setting up the camps they got prepared for Jake. Because you got that too. How's that? Where's that fit in at and all this? They're going to figure out how to do it, man. They're going to figure out how to do it. So that's what they bringing forth. It says they conceive mischief, Job 15:35, which is trouble. That's those prophecies. You see, they help. Everything they coming up with is only, a prophecy. Little do they know. You see? What's going to bring that trouble. You see? That's it. Why do the heathen wreck? They don't have no clue what the hell they doing, man. That's how you know the Lord is in control. It says they conceive mischief and bring forth vanity. All we got to do is stay on the right side of prophecy and not be caught out here, man. And their belly prepared deceit. You see, because they're a prophet of their own. You see, and if you're a prophet of your own, that means you speak your own will. That's why I say in Titus, let me grab that real quick. Titus 1:11. Titus 1, and let's jump down to 11. Really is talking about it's talking about everybody. I'm gonna start at verse 10. It says, for there are many unruly and vain talkers, which is what the brothers just posted. You see what I'm saying? It says Psalms 2:1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing, man? You see, everything y'all doing is just prophecy, man. That's all it is. So it's beautiful because we winning. You know what I'm saying? We just got to keep that faith and know we straight. We ain't gonna feel no evil, man. That's how we supposed to be thinking. Lord just showed us that this past weekend, man. He been showing us this. These people can't do nothing with us. Anything that happened to you, the Lord did it. So you cool with that. You see? It says the kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together. You see? They come up with their own shit against the Lord, thus proving that, again, all this is an effort to get us and against his anointed. And they trying to stop themselves from coming out of power because they know Yahushua coming back. But the Lord put that on them to do that because he like a good fight. It's like he put that on Pharaoh to do. And really the Pharaoh's back in the form of the beast. You see what I'm saying? Which is a bunch of heathens coming together. That's all the beast is, man. In a nutshell. It's America, NATO and the EU, but what now break that down. Bunch of damn heathens. Bunch of damn Edomites, man. Amalekites and that. That's all it is, man. So it's beautiful, man. We winning. We definitely winning. This is Titus 1, and now I don't mean get cocky, but we winning, man. We blessed. It says verse 10, Titus 1:10, for there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things So you say, especially they of the circumcision, meaning it's talking about the heathens too. The circumcision is us. The circumcised is us. The uncircumcised is the heathen. I tell you that, I think in Isaiah, the 19th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. See if I can grab that real quick. But I'm going to keep going on this as well. It says, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not. It says, for filthy lucre's sake. One of them sells, because all these people paid off, man, by the elites and stuff like that, ultimately. It says, even a prophet of their own. See that? Now listen, it says that the Cretans are always liars, evil bellies, slow beasts. So that's why I say that. It's a hell and destruction is never full. So the eyes of man are never satisfied. And when you go into what word is that? Mind. When you go into mind in the Hebrew, it also means seat of appetites. You see what I'm saying? Because your belly is likened unto a mind. And we know the heathen's mind is very deep. You see, if it's very deep, it's hard for it to get full. You see that? So that's why I say in Job 15 and 35 one more time on this, it says they conceive mischief, which is trouble. They work on things that's vainly, that's only bringing forth prophecy, which is pretty much a lot of trouble, because people in trouble, especially Jake. That's why it's Jacob's trouble. It says, because he only knows us, so he's going to punish us for all our iniquities. That's why we want to get right, be on the right side of prophecy, and bring forth vanity. And their belly prepares deceit, meaning their mind. You know what I'm saying? And then this is another word right here for deceit, which is marma. Yep, that's it. That's it, man. Mind, napash. It says soul, self, life, creature, person, appetite. See that? So your mind is a belly, man. It says living, being, desire, emotion, passion. And that's beautiful. So that's it, man. So they finna goddamn, they're gonna release, they're gonna bring this lockdown. That's gonna be it, man. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna bring forth everything else. Joe Biden, he finna get in office. They showing you they won't smoke with us. You see it by slaying us and keep continuously not holding themselves guilty and shooting our people up. People dying. It's just crazy, man. Putting our people in all the narratives. So you can't make none of this up, man. That's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and speak on this part real quick.
Just when they need it most. You guys took $16,000 from the account. Where did it go? I told you about Michael Cronin, a laid-off hotel worker in San Francisco. He watched as all $16,800 evaporated from his EDD account. You left nothing in there. The money got taken away. You froze my account and took my money. The same thing happened to Anthony Serafino of San Francisco. His EDD account was suddenly frozen, and when the bank unlocked it, all his money was gone. $10,000. How come my card's frozen? Bank of America says only EDD can do that. And then they said, no, Bank of America can do that, actually. It just went back and forth. Now, unemployed workers across California are flooding 7 on your side and the offices of many state lawmakers, saying benefits disappeared from their accounts, too. Now, a bipartisan group of 59 state legislators is demanding answers from Bank of America, firing off this letter to CEO Brian Moynihan, saying every legislative office in the state has experienced an unprecedented number of constituents asking to resolve problems with EDD and B of A. The letter poses a list of questions to be answered by Tuesday.
Among them, why is Bank of America taking funds and freezing debit cards? What needs to happen to have the funds restored? And has Bank of America had to pay penalties due to fraud on its cards? Bank of America tells us it will respond directly to legislators, but in general will say, quote, "We are working with the state and law enforcement to identify and take action against fraudulent applicants, protecting taxpayer money and ensure that legitimate applicants can access their benefits." It was not clear if the bank will provide any specific answers to all those questions.
This involves a contract between the state and Bank of America that is a number of years old. From my perspective, I think we're going to have to revisit that contract because it is clearly failing the people of California.
Assembly member David Chu, who signed the letter, says workers are losing benefits when they need them most.
They're having trouble putting food at the table or paying the rent. There could be up to 350,000 Californians who have not been able to access their unemployment benefits because of this disaster.
There's still bills that are stacking up on my end. It's kind of stressful.
I'll be watching to see how Bank of America responds. Now, if your account is frozen or money has been removed, I want to know about it. Please go to abc7news.com and post me a note.
Now there's a new way Experian Boost can raise your credit scores.
Who'd have thought paying for my streaming services?
Sadly, this East Bay mom is just one of hundreds asking me for help. First, hackers stole the money from her EDD debit card. Then, Bank of America locked her account. For this family, it was the first year ever. There was nothing under the tree.
Like, Christmas is in a few days. I have no money. Well, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do.
Life was hard enough when the pandemic hit and Diane Davis lost her bartending job. Unemployment benefits kept her afloat until someone, somewhere, took all of her money.
When I looked at my statement and went, oh, my money's gone.
Diane suddenly found dozens of mysterious charges on her EDD account, many of them from a company in Africa.
What is this? Who Go host West Africa, South Africa? Like, I don't know.
All she knew was her unemployment benefits were gone.
$7,000 taken out of my account. It hurts.
Diane immediately called Bank of America.
And I'm on hold for 3 hours, and then you finally get someone on the phone, and click, you get disconnected.
Instead of reimbursing her for the fraud, B of A denied her claim, let the fraudulent charges stand, and then froze her account.
I was angry, cried a lot, right before Christmas.
Diane says the bank never alerted her to the suspicious charges as they piled up.
I have nothing, absolutely nothing. I think I have 12 cents at the bank right now.
Thank you for continuing to hold. Your call is important to us.
She tried the bank once more.
We're experiencing higher than normal wait time. We appreciate your patience.
Hello? Are you there? I got disconnected.
It left her with nothing for the holidays.
Thankfully, my kids understood. Christmas is our favorite holiday. We would love to all get together. We'd have a nice big meal, open presents. We just didn't have that this year. But that kind of makes me sad, but...
We asked Bank of America why it didn't reimburse her for the apparent fraud, and now the bank has agreed to reconsider her case, telling us we encourage people who disagree with our decision to ask for reconsideration. We take any new information, and if it addresses our concerns, we will credit the customer's account.
Hopefully, I'll get my money back and we'll be able to celebrate Christmas at a later date.
Well, I have good news. I just got word after our investigation, Bank of America has now agreed to reverse those fraudulent charges and return Diane's money. Bank of America says it's in the process of unlocking her account right now, so Diane should have money in time to celebrate the new year. Now, I want to thank Bank of America for making this a better holiday for this family. Now, if your EDD account is hacked or frozen, remember, I'm here to help. Contact me through our website.
Yeah, man. Not making this stuff up. And it's fact because these niggas, Bank of America, they have yet to give me my damn $300 back. You know what I'm saying? For some fraud shit, man. that these damn Edomite companies doing out here, man. And as you can see in the so these banks stealing money nonetheless. And I say all that to just further prove the scripture that's brought out, Job 15:35. And when you go into that last word mischief at the bottom, it is it's marma, and it literally means it says fraud. You see that? A fraudulent man. Fraudulent weights, an example, made to deceive, deceptive scales, riches gained by fraud. You see? So you better take your damn money out there, you know what I'm saying? Because if all your money is gone, you can't eat. This is Jeremiah 44:13. For I will punish them that dwell in the land of Egypt, as I have punished Jerusalem. You see? By the sword, by the famine. You see, and by the pestilence. You see, so that's going to happen again. That's how the Lord getting down, man. And he getting all these damn heathens, and they start to see. You know, so that's going to bring forth a famine, a pestilence, and a sword, man. I mean, that's going to bring forth famine. People going to be without money, and they're going to be without food. You see what I'm saying? But ultimately, that's going to introduce the damn, that's like a way to introduce in a chip, man. You see what I'm saying? Because they can easily say, and the elites behind that, they fund these banks, man. The elites, you go to a bank and they tell you they don't got $5,000 on board. You can't take. You see what I'm saying? This shit is crazy. Now, why is that? You take money out, they ask you, what are you doing? Are you planning to close your account? Why you give a damn? They ain't got nothing to do with you. You see what I'm saying? Because they revealed in the first video that these banks getting hit with penalties, and then America going broke, and then the dollar collapsing, so it's losing value. You see what I'm saying? So they got one way of bringing in the chip through this. They can easily just be like, well, the banks is crazy. Because, you know, the Edomites, what they like doing, since everything is set up through an LLC, which is a separate entity that doesn't take blame. You see what I'm saying? They can be like, oh, it's this company, how everybody's against Mark Zuckerberg, but he's one of their own. You see what I'm saying? And they be like, okay, let's not trust the banks anymore. Let's not trust Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, Mark, that's not right. And then they could easily be like, you know what? We can't even deal with the money anymore because these banks are just, and they can offer the chip, they can bring in the chip like that. You see what I'm saying? And then another way the chip is getting ready to come in is because everybody know the dollar is finna collapse, which is why I got these comments pulled up. But another way they can bring this chip in is because it's through the inflation that's getting ready to happen, which is happening right now because they're giving out tons of money. You can't. How many times can you pass $1 billion, a damn near $100 billion stimulus package? This last one was trillions. The last one before that was billions, and then I think it was another one before that. But they broke. You see what I'm saying? So the dollar is losing value and more people have access to it, which is going to bring the collapse of the dollar because there's no value. It's not valuable. Everybody got it. You see what I'm saying? So they're going to have to make stuff more expensive. And eventually, that'll be the way it could bring the chip in too. And that's not even counting the whole pestilence narrative they putting out here, how everything is contaminated and dirty. You see? So, you know, that's all on that. So I just advise, you know, these banks, hey, I'm telling you, you see what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say too much on here, but it says, yep, it's the only reason they're reimbursing her is because of money. But this is one comment on here I seen. And everybody know, man, this is read Isaiah the 32nd chapter. For the churl shall not be called churl anymore, called liberal. Everybody gonna wake up. This is the one right here, Javier Villalobos. It says, this is why they want us to go cashless. They will take our money. You see that? So people know what's going on, man. That's how you get uproars, man. The Lord said this was going to happen. You know? So you can go look this up and read, you know, read some of these. This one he responded on here with. See, more comments have came since I first read this. They said this is what's happening in Sweden. So people in Sweden saying this is official. These ain't just videos we seeing on the web. Nah, they got the chip over there, man. The chip already here. It's got to be mandatory. It says if you misbehave, they freeze your account. A good way to control the masses. That's crazy. Dang, now I see why if you pull out 10K, they want to know what you're doing. So everyone going through this shit, man. America is that place, man. You know? You can look up the origins of Bank of America. Because if they got the same procedures over there in Sweden. Because they all Edomites. But that's pretty much it. Ain't too much more to say on this. I'm going to go ahead and close out. I'm going to give all honor, praise, and glory to the Heavenly Father in the name of His Son, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, Wahakodash Wakah. Till next time, Shalom.